Hi, I'm Bruce Ottomano, Sales Director at Passerelle. Today we're going to talk about how our data rocket architecture supports scalable data mastering with use-based pricing. Over the course of the next hour, we'll talk to you about a unique approach to get value out of your data by mastering it in a smart, effective, cost-efficient way. And we'll also demonstrate it. We'll start with data, we'll end with mastered value. So for the agenda today, I'll be spending the next 30 minutes walking through the problem and the solution we have for mastering data. We'll actually demonstrate, starting with raw data sources, and show you what it takes to master data, ending in a data set that's been mastered for effective results. And then we'll wrap, take the last 10 minutes to wrap, talk about benefits and next step actions. And for those of you who are able to stay with us, be at the end of this webinar, there is a $25 gift card as a token of thanks for investing time in us today, so that we can share with you how we can potentially support your needs. I'm Bruce Ottomano. I'm the business manager here at Passerelle, formerly Abilis Solutions Corp. And I'd like to start with describing the business problem. Why master data? What business challenges are there where mastering data can be effective to help address? To start with, customers. Mastering data to uniquely know who your unique customers are is important. If you're a manufacturing firm, you have customers potentially around the globe, and you want to best know who your unique customers are to segment them, to market to them. You'd want to know if there's a division in another country that's a subsidiary of a parent global firm. You'd want to make sure you're identifying them uniquely as part of that larger global firm. So you segment them appropriately so you can market to them and do proper outreach to them based on who they are uniquely. Your products. You might have multiple ERP systems around the world. You might have the same item entered into each ERP system. It might have a different SKU number. It might have a different description, but it might be the same product, or it might not. And it's important to know how many products you're selling for a whole host of reasons. So it's important to uniquely understand what products you have, what's the accurate master record for describing that product, and having a handle on uniquely what are your products. Your sales force. As you've uniquely identified your customers and products you're selling, you want to delight your customers. Customer loyalty. They're probably buying from you multiple times. And maintaining loyalty, maintaining customer satisfaction is important. So you want to make sure you uniquely know your sales force and you've aligned them appropriately globally to make sure the relationship mapping is there and it's accurate. And when you do all of that right, you want to understand your sales to be able to forecast accurately. If I know my products, I know my customers, my sales force is aligned, I want to understand my data so I can properly forecast for the next quarter or the next 6 months. And that's important for goal setting. You want to set goals that, whether you're a private firm and it's hitting internal goals that you set for yourself, or you're reporting to stakeholders, stockholders in Wall Street, you want to make sure you're setting goals appropriately from a financial perspective. And a final reason for doing all that accurately is your supply chain. It's important to know what you project selling. How are sales trending? What would you forecast for next quarter, next 6 months, so that you can feed your supply chain appropriately? How much product should you have in your warehouses? You don't want too much. You don't want to have excess cash tied up in excess inventory that could age or spoil, but you don't want to have too little, because if the customer demand is there, you want to be able to meet that demand to hit your financial goals. So these are the business drivers on why master data for manufacturing. So why can't I do that today? Well, multiple systems. It'd be nice if there's one ERP system and if all the data was accurate. That's not the case. Through merger and acquisition, you're acquiring companies, you're growing, and you immediately inherit a new ERP system. And we need to accommodate for that. So there's multiple silos that do exist. And if you've shrunk down, rationalized, and globalized systems and reduced, the next M&A changes that and you're back to 2 systems or more. And because of that, there's multiple versions of the truth. For the example I mentioned earlier, you might have the same product described differently in each of these ERP systems. And when you're pulling reports to understand your customers, your products, your sales force, you might have a different view of the truth depending on which systems you're hitting and how you're massaging the data. And oh, by the way, it takes a team. IT can do so much, expert at technology, how to ingest data, process it, store it, serve it out, make it analytic ready. But there's also a role subject matter experts play. Someone in charge of the manufacturing line, someone in charge of the sales data, someone in charge of marketing data. So subject matter experts best know the data. IT best know techniques, technology, how to deliver results with the data. And it's data is a team sport that's critical to make mastering data happen with accuracy. And finally, scale. As you grow as a company, the complexities grow, the number of systems grow, the problems grow. And so the solution needs to scale. We can't have a bottleneck on processing data, a bottleneck on a cloud platform to store and serve out data, a bottleneck on getting insights on data. But there are bottlenecks that exist today. So these are the challenges that we see. Silos, multiple versions of the truth. There's a divide between IT and the business, and the need to scale. The solution we have here at Passerelle, we've been in the business for 20 years. We've helped customers get value from data for 20 years. 4 years ago, we picked a smart Gartner leading stack, core technologies that will scale to the largest enterprise needs based on them being a Gartner leader. We've picked Snowflake as a cloud platform to uniquely scale. We picked Talend as a Gartner leader for data processing to master the data. We picked Tableau or Power BI for visual analytics to get insights on the data. And this all runs on Azure or AWS. And we've accelerated time to value. So we've implemented this architecture at many accounts, $1 billion and above and below. And through the process of implementing this architecture to help customers get value from data, we've actually developed a unique set of assets that we now call Data Rocket as a subscription license. So we now have code, enterprise blueprints, and know-how that we know work empirically because they're in production and work with clients. And we've built this architecture with our partners. So we work with Snowflake, we work with Talend in the construction of Data Rocket. So what I'd like to do is spend a minute on, this seminar is focused on the mastering framework, which is one element of Data Rocket. What I want to do is spend a minute or two on the actual components of Data Rocket. To start with, data processing. We evaluated the tools and technologies to have as part of the rocket. This is a cornerstone technology. You have to get the data processing right. We picked Talend as a Gartner leader. They have over 1,000 connectors. We've yet to meet a system we cannot connect to. They have unique data mastering functionalities out of the box, a data steward and a data prep profile to enable someone in the business to play a role in data as a team sport to master data. A phenomenal data talent studio for a data engineer in IT to build a smart process, a smart job to ingest data, transform data, perform data quality. So out of the box, Talend alone is a Gartner leader for data quality, fuzzy matching, deduping, data masking, all the core functionalities you need to do to master data effectively. We like Talend because it can scale. Their structure is designed for a large enterprise, for people around the globe to collaborate in building and engineering data. And finally, we like their pricing model. They were the only Gartner challenger to move in the leader quadrant in recent times, and they've been a disruptor to the old guard that were the traditional leaders. So you buy only what you need at this point in time on talent, and then you add as you grow and need more functionality. Second, cloud platform. We know the options out there in the market. We've used them over the past 2 decades. Snowflake is 2 years ahead of the marketplace as a cloud platform for a whole host of reasons. Data exchange. No one else has this, the capability to uniquely have data landed and loaded and then securely share it internally and with third-party partners and third-party organizations. And they have a marketplace. So if you as an organization want to syndicate data sets and provide them for free and sell them on the marketplace, Snowflake is the only unique firm that enables that today. Pay-per-use. Other technologies, you buy high watermark capacity. If loading slows down, people hitting it for analytics slow down, mastering data slows down, you need to buy higher capacity. That's not the case with Snowflake. It's pay-per-use. When you need a lot of horsepower, you have it. Easy scale up. When you have a lot of people hitting it for analytics, you have it. Auto scale out. And when people aren't using it for loading and aren't using it for analytics, it auto suspends. It's off. You don't pay. It's unique in its abilities to auto scale up out, easy scale up, and give you the horsepower when you need it and have it be off when you don't. Finally, visual analytics. We're in with the leaders, Tableau and Power BI. Half our customers are Tableau, half are Power BI. We can work well with either. And we could have a discussion on one versus the other and the benefits of trade-offs of Tableau versus Power BI. But this layer is extremely important. At the end of the day, you're putting a lot of effort on getting data, landing it, processing it, mastering it, making it ready to make smart decisions for manufacturing. You want to make sure that final mile, the visual dynamics, the visual analytics dashboard is a leader, because that's where the insights come. And we work with the 2 top leaders in the marketplace. So what we've done is, based on that core architecture, Snowflake, Talent, Tableau or Power BI, on Azure or AWS, we've built some unique IP, further acceleration, which we're offering as a low annual software subscription price with maintenance and support. If you're a small firm, it's $2,400 a year. If you're $1 billion and above, it's $24,000 a year. And if you're in between, it's in between. For that, you're getting code and blueprints. For blueprints, it's a data architecture. How do you land a platform that simply works? And with our been there, done that know-how and our blueprints for success, we know how to implement Data Rocket, configure it, go from dashboard to data and role-based access control way, keeping things secure along the way, and making sure it operates in scale. So whether you're a 100-employee firm or a 100,000-employee firm, this architecture will scale based on our blueprints. Customers have asked us to dynamically ingest data. So key is getting the source data into the warehouse to then master it. We found many of our clients have complex source systems. Might have a SQL or an Oracle database with hundreds or thousands of tables, and rather spend time writing a job to grab each table, to land it, process it. We've built a dynamic ingestion framework on top of Talent and Snowflake that lets you point to a source system, you configure this job, and it'll grab all the tables, land the data in the warehouse, and it'll schedule updates to keep the warehouse current. So if you say writing one job takes a day to dev test, put it in production to grab a table, and then maybe later on you got to fix it if a table changes, and you have 100 jobs, that's 100 days. You can do in 2 or 3 days with our dynamic ingestion framework what it would take 100 days otherwise. Predictive insights. So once you've landed data in a warehouse, you might want to build some machine learning models. Data scientists are at a premium. Their skills are highly valued. The machine learning models they produce add extreme value to the warehouse. Once they've built a model, you want to productionalize it. Have the data simply be there in the warehouse. So people, when they get in it in the morning at 9 a.m., they can get the latest insights in their dashboard to make their latest decisions on what to do. We've built a smart framework for operationalizing machine learning models, whether it's Python and R, SageMaker, Azure Machine Learning, whatever tool you've picked for machine learning insights to use. Data Rocket will call that model, run it, feed variables in, and take the output and put it in the warehouse for use. Troubleshooting. So in this type of an environment, it can be complex with a lot of jobs running and processing a lot of data. To troubleshoot, you want to quickly understand the health of the environment, the health of the Data Rocket. We built a smart framework to quickly see where the issues are. This dashboard for troubleshooting runs in Tableau or Power BI. But basically, you'll get insight on how many jobs are running, the volume of data that is being pumped through, where there might be some errors or issues to allow you to more quickly troubleshoot. Because if a job isn't working, if you're not getting data into your warehouse effectively, that costs you money. And you want to troubleshoot that quickly to save cost. Finally, why we're here today is mastering data. So our latest technology that we've released is our Master Record Accelerator. And that's what we're going to spend showing you and demonstrating to you today. Once we've ingested data, landed it in the warehouse, how do we process it in a way that it's going to be mastered to support our business goals? So the demo scenario we're going to now move into is I want to maximize my sales and net income by best knowing my products. I need to better know my product data. It's scattered across multiple systems. I need to know my product data so I can forecast sales and support the supply chain planning phase. So I can make enough inventory so I can hit my sales numbers, my revenue and net income figures for next quarter. The problem is my inventory and sales insights, I've got duplicated data due to multiple siloed systems. And that makes it tough for me to know exactly what to order from partners, what raw materials and manufacturing parts I should be getting, so that at the end of the day, I've got the right amount of products in my warehouse, not overshoot that target, not undershoot that target, but have what I really should have in there based on what my sales numbers and my product information is telling me. So with no further ado, what I'm going to do is move into a demo to tell this story in more depth and detail.
Hello everyone, my name is Guillaume Duran. I'm a data engineer consultant at Passerelle. Today I'm going to show you and walk with you how data mastering with Passerelle's Data Rocket will help you to create automated workflows for data deduping, stewardship, and visualization. Let's start with a little context and background. Our demo use case is related to product sales of manufacturing or retail distribution channel. Let's pretend we are a fictitious organization that manufactures and sells art products material across North America, and this is my Power BI sales dashboard with multiple KPIs related to sales by month. Our data is managed in 3 different ERP CRM source systems. We have a Salesforce tenant for Canadian division, a Salesforce tenant for the US division, as well as a Dynamic 365 ERP that belonged to a company we acquired some time ago. As a product sales executive, my goals are to increase sales, of course, but also get accurate insights on top and bottom selling products and strategize for upsell, better forecast sales, predict optimal inventory utilization that will supply sales demand, and finally get accurate market segmentation and capitalization across all of our sales region in North America. Let's start with our problem statement. Eyeballing the data, I can already see inaccurate product sales insight due to duplication of product within my data. My top and bottom selling products do not seem to give the real sales amount. For example, right now, pastel paper rough color seems to be my most sales product. Looking down below, I can see Colorfix Original seems to be there multiple times. This duplication as the same products is coded with different SKU code or description across the three different systems, or worse, even within the same system, as we can see with this two instance of Dynamics 365. For example, Colorfix Original is fully spelled in our US Salesforce tenant, where in the Canadian one, only Colorfix or is there. For the Dynamics 365, this seems to be a real duplicate entries within the system. Multiple reasons can cause errors in product coding, name, description, causing data duplication. We have three siloed systems with none or not enough efficient data integration between them. Duplicate product is also created within the same system due to human and procedural errors, just like we can see here within our Dynamics 365 for Colorfix Original. If I look at our product inventory quantity, the quantity sold and sales amount do not seem to always align with the inventory in stock. This could also be caused by duplicate product data. I could think that our inventory cannot fulfill our sales demand. Just like this, between the January and July, the sales amount seems higher than the actual available quantity in stock. Let me switch to after deduplication and look at the master data result. Using the master data golden record, I can now get an accurate KPI. The dashboard is now telling me that the real top selling product is in fact the Colorfix Original. If I look at the inventory for Colorfix Original, it is now aligned with the actual sales demand. This just prevent me to take an erroneous decision to increase production and manufacturing of this product when the need for more inventory was in fact skewed. Resolving data duplication manually can be a tedious effort and really time consuming. There may still be errors and inaccuracies due to lack of efficient data governance program and workflow within our company. The solution to get rid of all this data fragmentation is Passerelle Data Rocket Master Data Framework. Our product is an automation framework and provide multiple workflows to aid organization in unification of data and creation of a golden record for multiple data entities such as products or customers. How does it work? The Data Rocket Master Data Framework is a well-defined architectural component that is flexible, efficient, and complies to the industry data governance best practice. Let's look at the blueprint of the solution implemented for this fictitious organization for this arts product use case problem. The Data Rocket Master Framework is really a two-step process. We start by unifying the product data from three source systems and send them to our advanced matching algorithm that is built using talent data quality. All of the already known product within our master framework are also looked up so that each new record can be assigned to an existing group or create their own new group. The advanced matching algorithm is configurable for each data entity. We assign a matching function to each attributes of this data entity so a distance can be calculated between each record from the three different source systems. We also configured a distance threshold. So for each product that are above this threshold, they get automatically moved to the product master table. In opposite, any product that are below this confidence threshold will be sent to a data steward for manual revision. Once the data steward takes his decision as to are those product really duplicates or not, the result is sent back to the product master table. The second step of the process is the creation of the golden record. In our case, we created the dim product dimension for the star schema analytical model that support the sales dashboard. In our case, we want to create a product golden record that would give you a unique price for retails. Our second process will take each and every group of product and try to apply a survivorship rules to get the correct unique price. Similar to the first step for matching, a certain threshold is established for this field. Any price that doesn't meet the survivorship rule or cannot be derived will be sent to a data steward for final revision. The other product, for which we can establish a common unique price, are automatically moved to our DIM product. Here again, when the data steward is able to establish a price, the new product price is sent to the DIM product. Now that we've reviewed this blueprint, let's take a look at some key points of the Data Rocket Master Framework implementation. A key part of the advanced matching algorithm workflow is talent and the creation of an auto match rule. For our fixatious company of manufacturing and sales of arts product, we created one rule based on those 5 product attributes. Across all of the resource system, we realized that the product brand, the product category, the product description, the product detail, and the product name were reliable enough to try to match records among themselves. We use different matching functions that suits the attribute type and meaning. We also gave some weight because some field matches are more important than the other. We first want to try to match the product brand exactly between themselves. For the second and third product attributes, the category and descriptions, we tried to match the record using the fingerprint key algorithm. This matching function tries to match records among themselves doing the following sequential workflow. It removes leading and trailing white spaces, change all character to the lowercase representation. It removes all punctuation and control characters. It then split the string into white space separate tokens. It sort the tokens and remove the duplicate. It joins the token back together. Because the string parts are sorted, the given order of token do not matter. For example, a product category that would be labeled as paintbrush and the other one would be as brush paint would be matched together as the same. For the final fourth and fifth attribute, the product detail and product name, we decided to assign them a matching function of Levenstein. Levenstein calculates the minimum number of edits, inserts, delete, or substitution required to transform one string into another. For example, the product colorfix original was able to be matched to the colorfix orig even if it was missing some character. We did multiple experimentation and iteration when mining this data to come up with this optimal rule that suits this product art company. We also came up with a threshold of 80%. We are confident enough that for this data, multiple art products that do not match between themselves at least at 80% can be considered as unique. Unique will flow directly through the master product table. We also define that our confident match threshold for automatic grouping is 88%. That means all the arts product that are group match at 88% or more are automatically moved as one group into our master product table as auto-matched. That leaves us with all the remaining record groups that our matching algorithm match between 80 to 88%. Those we call them as uncertain and are sent to the data stewardship for manual review. Let's move to the data stewardship portal. Now, this is the Talent Data Stewardship portal. I will now take the role of a data steward within the art products manufacturing company. Even though a human intervention or decision is needed, Talent Data Stewardship helps us implement a workflow that prevents humans, me, to directly interact with the data and introduce new errors. Only authorized user can act upon the data. Those solid boundaries only allow the stewards to tell the system if the grouping is good, in that case the yes option, or not, the no option. I cannot go and try modifying field by field. You could see every field is marked as locked. As a data steward, I can review the different product in the proposed group. I can also go back to the original source system and the product catalog to do another data analysis and provide the proper response. We could see that the Data Rocket Master Framework matching algorithm match all of those 12 products within the same group. I can see within my ERP Salesforce US all of their different ID. I can also review the product code. I can see that between my three source system, this synthetic brush is there multiple times with the same system and also across the same system. We could see that all of those 12 records have a different recommended retail price, even though we suspect that they are in fact the 12 same product. After further investigation within the company's product catalog, I came to the conclusion that yes, the system correctly matched those 12 records. They all belong to the same group. I can then provide a positive response to those questions. Are the records in the group a certain match? I know that those 12 are actually the same product. I will mark it yes. And the stewardship platform will now show me that this group has been resolved in green. I will do the same and keep my analysis for all of the other group. Once I've provided the response for all of the different group proposed, I can go ahead and validate my choices. Once I validate my choice, there is another talent job that is scheduled who will automatically bring those records back in the data rocket framework. From there, the record is automatically routed based on the decision. Yeses are sent to the master product group table, where the no's should be sent back in the system for another pass. Now that I have mastered all of my product and create single instances of the same product by grouping them together, I want to create my DIM product dimension for my star schema analytic data model to support my sales dashboard. Again, as shown earlier, we use Talent to try to automatically create the golden record price. All anomalies that can be resolved are sent again to the data steward. For this art product manufacturer and sell company, the actual rules would be to send over a data steward all the groups of product that have multiple different proposed RRPs, as well as all of the product records with no price. We want a data steward to be able to analyze all of the different proposed retail price and take the decision on what should be the final price within our catalog. Let's go back to the data steward portal to see how this is achieved. This time, I'm back in the data stewardship portal, but instead of answering a question and providing a yes or no answer, I'm able to actually take action upon the data. Again, to prevent any manual errors, I cannot edit the product fields, such as the product name or the product categories. What is proposed to me is for this Series K synthetic brush, this is all the possible price that is available. The data stewardship campaign asks me to send over what should be the group product final price. As a data steward, I can go ahead and call my sales manager and review the catalog and do some investigation as to which should be the actual retail price between all of the one proposed to me. The application does not allow me to leave a field blank. I cannot mark this record as complete without providing a decimal value. After investigation, I realized that the synthetic brush Series K product should have a retail price of 10 and 50 cents. The same go for the Onyx series. After investigation and reviews within the art company, I was told that it should be $5.50. Now that this value is okay according to the data rule, I can lock and mark those as resolved and validate my choices again. Just like for the deduplication step, there is an automated talent job on schedule that is ready to take all of my choices and insert them into my DIN product on a schedule. Let's review some of the key benefits of Passerelle's Data Rocket Master Data Framework. It is a ready-to-use and configurable framework. We import the different talent jobs in your environment, and we help creating the different data model and setting up the data stewardship campaigns. It can be used for simple matching to complex matching by extending custom machine learning model. We work with you to get the optimal result from your data. Our team of data engineer consultant will provide suggestion and guidance to come up with the ultimate matching algorithm. It simplifies the data matching effort and help you achieve accurate outcome. In fact, this workflow is meant to be executed daily on a schedule. The master data framework bridges technical team and business team to get optimal data resolution effort. This workflow really makes data governance a team sport. No more siloed tribal knowledge. Finally, it complies to industry data governance approach and best practices. Let's finish this webinar by taking a look at the data quality metric dashboard that comes out of the box of the Data Rocket Master Data Framework. This dashboard serves as a view to audit and control the automated matching. Let's go back to our Fixatious Arts Material Manufacturing and Selling Company. Our first KPI is a comparison between the distinct number of products from our three sources and the result from our master data framework. On the upper left corner, these donut charts show me how many records were not a match, how many were sent to a data steward for manual review, and how many were unique products from all of our three source systems. If I select to view my automatch product, I can see down below distinct product from my three source system. On the right side, I can now see the same product within their respective group. We can get a clear view on how our data was fragmented between the matching and grouping. On the upper right corner, I can see the price adjustment method. Out of my 117 auto match product, 3 of those were sent for a data steward to get a price adjustment. The remaining 114 products at a correct source price. On the bottom right corner, I can select a group and see all of the different products scattered within my three source system. The matching framework was able to regroup those 6 different instances of a product and identify they are in fact the same exact product. Now let's take a look at the price adjustment I did earlier as a data steward. I can do a price comparison and explore this new group. If I want to do comparison, I can include only the product that belong to this group. It's important to keep in mind the Data Rocket Master Data Framework is flexible and configurable to any other data entities from your organization. I hope you enjoyed this demo of Passerelle's Data Rocket Master Data Framework and saw how it can accelerate the resolution of real-world data problem for manufacturing and sales organization. I wish everybody a good day.
Guillaume and also Maruthi from our team are on this webinar. What I'd like to do is take the next 10 minutes or so talking about benefits, next steps, and then we'll open up to Q&A. So if you have a question for me or Guillaume or Maruthi, we'd be happy to field them. So this slide, I'd like to talk about benefits. What is the benefits of taking this approach? Well, the results, you'll be able to trust master data to fine tune your supply chain. Like you saw during the demo, to be able to identify your products, what's selling, so that you can order the right supplies for the next quarter to meet those needs. Mastering will help you achieve your income statement, balance sheet goals. And then to uniquely know your customers. So again, we could apply this framework to customers so that you can, in a similar fashion, master customers using the data steward with the IT engineering team working together to best understand your customers, who they are uniquely, to market and sell them. Keep them loyal and increase customer satisfaction to drive organic sales growth. And then capitalize on those trends that are happening in the product space. Understand, once you can uniquely identify and get a system-wide view of your products, see accurate trends. What products maybe are at risk? Sales are trending in the wrong direction. Allow you to take corrective action. Likewise, what products are taking off? And maybe capitalize on that. Rally the sales team. Do some sales and marketing around the ones that are doing well. And finally, align your sales force. Again, as you know your customers, know your products, making sure the sales team is best aligned to meet those needs and drive loyalty. Finally, this approach. We, Passerelle, we are resellers of Snowflake. We're resellers of Talon. We're resellers of Power BI or Tableau. We can provide one price for you to execute mastering data. And our approach is incremental. Whether you have Snowflake today and want to get more value out of the data you're feeding into Snowflake and need this type of process and technology approach to master data, we'll add on the components you don't have, Talon, Tableau, and the data rocket, so you can master data. If you have Talon and you don't have Snowflake, we will add in Snowflake and then add in the components you're missing to truly master data. So it's an incremental cost approach to maximize the return on investment of your data without introducing a major new stack. We know there's $1 million master data management solutions offered by companies out there. We heard from our customers a set of stories around the challenges and spending $1 million on a master data management solution and not getting results, not getting the value out of their data that they were expecting, certainly not hitting an ROI set of metrics they were hoping to hit. So we took this approach with Snowflake, Talon, Tableau, or Power BI. We can master data. No, we're not attempting to build $1 million MDM solution here, but we are enabling you to master data. And working as one team, it's an incremental cost add and introducing a data rocket platform to get results. For next steps, to learn more, contact me. I'm Bruce at passareldata.com. My phone is 781-608-8083. Contact me. Let's have a discussion. We'd love to learn about you, about your firm, about your challenges, and be able to shape, how much would it be to add Snowflake, add Talon, add the technologies needed to master data, add Data Rocket. So we'll have a conversation to understand your needs so we can shape a solid solution for you to add our mastering framework and the necessary components to make it happen. Our commitment is we're born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. We want to use them in that order to understand your challenges so we can then shape a solution that we're confident that will work and give you the mastering results that you need so you can drive sales, drive customer loyalty, hit whatever metrics you're looking to accomplish. For additional information, our website information is here at passareldata.com. And at this point, I'd like to open it up. If there's any questions in the audience, certainly myself, Guillaume, or Maruthi would be able to field them now. So I'll just pause here to see if there are any questions. So I don't see any questions. So I will assume we did a good job at covering the material today for this webinar. I want to thank you for joining us. And again, I look forward to seeing how we might help you master your data and help you start getting a higher return on investment from your master data today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.